Welcome to the Just Do It podcast, hosted by Anne Duffy. Dental Entrepreneur Women is here to dive deep and share stories with the mission to inspire, highlight, empower, and connect all women in dentistry.
Hi, everyone. It's Anne Duffy, and welcome to the Just Do It podcast. I'm so excited that you're joining me today because I have a very special guest and a dear friend. I've known her for years. She's just something very special. And before we introduce her, I want to tell you a little bit about her. She's the Vice President of U.S. expansion, MaxAssist, with nearly 3 impactful decades in the dental industry, including 12 years as a dental office manager, 5 years driving new patient growth in a major DSO, and over 17 years as the former VP of AADOM. Lorie brings a rare blend of operational insight, strategic vision, and heart. She's recognized as an industry influencer, speaker, and leader known for turning relationships into growth. At MaxAssist, she leads national expansion efforts by pairing proven technology with real-world support for dental office managers who do it all. Named one of the top 25 women in dentistry, Lorie is also a certified coach, musician, and advocate for wellness in and out of the operatory. Fun fact, she won the original Gong Show, opened for Rascal Flatts in front of 50,000 people in 2008. I remember the Gong Show recording, so help me welcome Lorie Streeter. Hi, Lorie.
Hello, and thank you, Anne, for having me. I really appreciate it.
You are so welcome. I remember the very first time we got on a Zoom call, and I was so intrigued by the Gong Show performance that I was like, show me the Gong Show performance. And it was so cool. And then I remember your mom taking you to different events and you singing your heart out. And then fast forward to AADOM, you were always center stage and brought so much love, vitality, and excitement to everybody in the audience. You're just a gift for all of us in the dental arena. And you know so many people.
Very lucky girl.
Very lucky girl. But on you're kind of going into a new realm right now, which I think is wonderful. It's great to be able to use all of your strengths, which we talked about, and you've got them listed here. When you first came to me just a real couple months ago and took the strengths test, were you surprised at your top 5 strengths?
I mean, yes and no. It was super helpful, though, because when you're, making a huge career transition, really getting back to center of who you are is critical. So it was super helpful. I would recommend that to anyone who is either at an impasse with what they're doing or is trying to start something new. It also helps you explain yourself to other people. When you're reading my bio and some of the things that I've done, I'm like, who's that person? I don't know who that person is. So when you have to actually talk about yourself, sell yourself to a degree, it really helps to know where your strengths are. So yeah, it was super impactful for me.
Well, you're such an outstanding woman. You have strategic number 1, which is in the strategic domain, ideation in strategic domain as well, communication, which is in influencing, positivity, relationship building, and empathy in relationship building. And I would say that maps onto your career and your life and what I've seen come from you. So I would say you're living your strengths, Lorie.
Thank you. It's really interesting for anyone who hasn't done it yet, and you were so helpful in walking me through it and, understanding the ceiling and the basement of where it can help you and where it can hurt you. Every strength also has a weakness component. And I think, if you gave me those same 5 and said, okay, which is your favorite one? I would probably lend myself to say that the empathy piece, because I love people. And it's very hard for me to lead with anything else other than that. So I try to keep that, wearing it on my sleeve, so to speak. But I was really pleased. And it was so great is you did my husband's as well. So it was super interesting to see how different we are and how we complement each other. So yeah, it was a great move and a great suggestion on your part. I really appreciated it.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, it's such a valuable tool. It's a performance tool. And especially when you're looking to build your team, which you're going to be doing with your new role at MaxAssist. You've been known for championing and empowering dental leaders, and especially office managers, because you were an integral part of growing AADOM the last 17 years. I think, weren't you there from the very beginning? Couple
Pretty
years
much.
in?
When it was started, it was myself, the president, and an admin. That was basically it. So yeah, it was a wonderful experience. And let me back up. First of all, thank you for starting Do. And, I've been a fan of yours since the very beginning, but it was interesting because one of the first things I did at my career transition point was reach out to you because I believe in community And I believe that everybody does better by supporting everyone else. And you've built a great community. I was an office manager at the beginning of my career for 12 years. So I was the person on the island with no one. That was the precipice of me being so interested in a great association like AADOM, was that I loved and believed in the mission. So it's not hard to stand behind office managers. They're kind of the unsung hero of the practice. So from a legacy and a mission standpoint, any way I can serve them, and even going forward, that's what I want to do, because that's how I started. So I think you kind of know, it's almost like when you're the kid that gets picked on in school, you kind of want to help support everyone else going forward.
Yeah.
That really catapulted things for me.
Yeah, you really need to be in the trenches to understand it. I think I mentioned to you, I did one day because the office manager was sick. And I said, well, I'll help you out. And I came in. It was the most difficult day I'd ever done in my 46 years of clinical dental hygiene. I could not believe it. And I do think we should all sit in each other's seats every once in a while, but just making them feel known, heard, and they're not alone. So what drives your passion uplifting this community that you're in right now?
I think for me, when I transitioned from AADOM and was looking for what was next, I would say the thing that stuck with me the most is that how could I keep helping office managers in a different way? So built a community, that's done, right? Very, very proud of that accomplishment. Again, wasn't mine alone, but me and many others. But then I was like, okay, can I come at this from the practice level? How can I jump into the practice? Because I sat once removed and worked very much with sponsors and things like that, that what interested me as I was looking at positions and the what's next, getting centered in my strength and having really great support. I just basically stumbled on this next chapter. It was an accident. And the more I learned about it and more the opportunity was given to me to grow my own role, it was so appealing. I could not get away from it. So yeah, it was like it was chasing me. It was the resilience that I needed and the resolve to be able to say to myself, you can do something completely different, but yet have the same impact, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's such a great outlook to have, Lorie. I mean, everything you've done up until this point has prepared you for this role that you're taking right now.
Totally.
But I mean, tell me a little bit about MaxAssist, because I don't know the ins and outs of it. So, give me a thumbnail sense of it.
I'd love to say it's just a reminder service, but it's so much more. I was on a demo this morning, actually with a DO, which was very exciting. And her face, as she was watching this product, it basically layers over your practice management software and turns it into this amazing way to dive into your recall, to cultivate and gold mine all of your missed opportunity. I have never seen anything quite like it. And although it does a lot of the things that a lot of the name brands do that are out there, they're like a secret. They are hardly known in the U.S. They're a Canadian-based company, and this product was literally built by consultants. So the company itself has over 380 years of combined dental experience. And about 10 years ago, at an AADOM meeting, I met with the owner and now the CFO, who's now my boss. His name is Jeff. And we sat and had dinner, and we were talking all about their product, what they were doing. And this is 10 years ago.
Wow.
No foreshadowing for what was to come, right? So I'm having this conversation with them. And what's so funny, Anne, I don't know if you've had any really important conversations where you remember the smell of the night, the eating, the everything. It stuck out to me like crazy. And so right after I updated my LinkedIn profile with looking for work, ping, I got a message from the CFO of MaxAssist. So what I can say is my job is to march their brand across the U.S. I want every single person to know about this company. And this is not a product for people who want to set the thing up and forget about it. This is for strategic dentists, hygienists, office managers that really want to understand their practice inside and out and how to work it in the most simplified, unified, and efficient way possible. I'm so excited. And again, I was on a demo this morning with one of our DOs, and she, for the look on her face, just said everything that confirmed how I've been feeling. So I'm still in the learning stages. I'm in my third week, believe it or not. I'm excited about two things: to keep learning, keep helping office managers. If I can add a caveat to go to the Do Retreat in November.
Oh,
So those are the things that are on my excitement radar for right now.
those are all good, by the way. And I'm so excited that you're coming to the Do Retreat this year. And it sounds like you just sometimes when things happen, it's like they don't happen to you, they happen for you. You're going to soar in this role because of your care for people. Because as we know, dentistry is all about caring for people, the business of it and in the chair with our patients. Tell me though, starting the new chapter, the transition, how is that? And what did you learn? What did you learn about yourself and about where you're going in the next 10 years?
In no particular order, nothing is certain. Just about the time that we think we have our life planned, we don't. Anything can change. And I know that I have a neighbor who lost her husband recently, and you just can't prepare for things like that. You don't prepare for your life to change immediately. I learned that if you have the right people around you, that, if you trust and you give to others, people will give right back to you. So that's the big thing. Dentistry is a very small world. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody either supports everybody or they're trying some way that they can, fill a need and help each other out. I realized that I had friends that I never even knew that I had. If I could tell you how many messages and emails and text messages that I got during that time of waiting and watching, it was absolutely amazing. So just for an example, like if someone's transitioning into a new job or looking for a position, as I was interviewing, I really went with what felt correct. And I'm a big person on signs. So I love dragonflies and hearts and all these things. And a lot of people who follow me on social media know that I just can find them anywhere. And I love looking for them. This was different. The MaxAssist logo is an elephant. And right after my first call with my now boss, I was finding elephants everywhere. I've got a video going up today talking about elephants because MaxAssist, they call themselves the herd. And it's super appropriate. And it didn't matter where I went, I kept literally finding them.
I've got goosebumps there because, I think miracles are all around. We just have to have our eyes open for them. And then the signs, that's just so neat that you see them. You look for them, but they were there and you realize them. So often they're there and we don't see them, right?
And I could not see them. I mean, literally, like when you're in between jobs, what do? I go to the thrift store. There's an elephant lamp. And it's not just a small elephant lamp. It's a big elephant lamp. So I buy.
Goodness.
You name it.
You can't make that up.
No, I was finding them. I went into Walmart to get a watering can, and there was only one shaped like an animal, and it was an elephant.
That is crazy.
Yep.
I love the idea of being a herd, though, because that's right up your alley as well. Because, building a community, building a herd, being the mama, it's like me, I feel like I'm the mama do, and you're going to be the mama of all of these people that are coming in that you're going to be able to help along the way. I know that it's just going to feed your soul and float your boat. It's just so cool. I don't know, your new role, Vice President, that's very cool. And you're going to be opening up the United States, which is very cool. It's a huge responsibility. What most excites you about this new role, and how does it align with your personal mission if we don't already know?
Yeah, no, that's great. Couple things. So the best part of this was, first of all, I knew my boss. I knew who he was as a human, and I was already a huge fan and knew what he had built. And like I said, they're leaders in Canada, which is amazing. And once I met everyone, I really knew at that point that I was home, for lack of a better way to say it. Quick funny story. I went to Calgary, and I think I shared some of this with you. They lost my bag, stole all my jewelry. I mean, you name it. It was a nightmare. But the best thing that came out of it is none of it mattered. Like, it wouldn't have mattered if I showed up in my baseball hat and my, one pair of underwear that I had with me. They didn't really care. They were just excited for me to be there. So from their sales team who are on the front lines all the way to their executives, the role was basically handed to me, and basically my boss said, build it. What are you going to do? So it has some social media components. I have social media pages now. I'll be able to develop content. I'm actually on demos right now with office managers. So it's not like I'm a silent person in the background. I really want to know that this is making a difference for them. So it's important for me, if people trust me enough to at least spend the 45 minutes to like take a demo or look at it, that I don't want to waste their time. So I want to make sure that I'm on there. I can't clone myself, so at least for a while.
Right.
So as we do this and as we understand a little bit more about how this product fits within the U.S. structure, then we'll know more. But here's the best part. One of the things that really tipped me over the edge to take the job, besides the elements and the fact that I love my new boss, is that 2 members of AADOM that I worked with were product users. And I called them and I said, what do you think? How does it work for you? And honestly, their feedback was amazing. One person said, well, I kind of have this old practice management software and it like makes it like awesome because it adds like a layer. It's like adding a turbocharger to your practice management software. And then the other person told me, she goes, I use it and then my hygienists use it like crazy. And, my best friend, Anne, was a dental hygienist. Her name was Lisa. And she died of Lou Gehrig's disease many, many years ago. And so there's a piece of me that knows that I always wanted to fill her schedule. I always wanted her to be busy. I wanted to be of service to the patients. And when I see this product in action, like my face, everything, my visceral reaction from my body, I get like, why didn't I have this 20 years ago?
Wow.
So that's what I say. I believe.
Amen. I love that. That's so cool, though, because I think you're the right person to actually spread the news. It's like you're spreading the news. It's a whole new thing. And to be able to make their jobs easier without the total overhaul of everything in the practice. That's super cool that it layers on even the software. Because, in dentistry today, the way it is, they can't replace everything. But if you can make something that's just is a little cranky and make it sing, then you're in great shape. And I also love that you're doing social media. You are at the heart. You love making people feel good and happy and entertaining. And you've been just a light. You can dance. You can sing. I mean, I can't wait for some of the videos.
The dancing, Anne. I don't know about the dancing.
Well, I've seen you do a little bit.
I'm not going to give you dancing.
I've seen you little good movements up there on the stage.
That's about it.
But you bring your personality. And the other cool thing is like your corporate office is in Canada. That's a whole different mode of operation for you too. I mean, big girl panties, like working for a big corporation now.
I have a passport now.
Oh my goodness. Gosh.
And honestly, for where I live in Idaho, it's like 7 hours straight up.
That's like me going, to Canton, Ohio from here. I mean, that 7-hour drive is my limit, by the way. I was just telling somebody today. And it's probably a pretty drive.
Oh, I'm sure. And it's near Banff. I mean, there's so many things I'm excited to do. And, people ask me all the time too now. They're like, why aren't you like upset about the transition or this or that? And I told somebody, I think the exact quote that I said was, I'm too much better to be bitter. So, it's really important to look at the things that happen to us in life and realize that sometimes what's redirecting your steps is not a bad thing. Sometimes the ending is bad, like you don't want it to happen, because I'm a loyal person, so it's not like I would have ever made a change. But when that happens for you, whatever way it happens, just to stay really open to what's next, because somebody is literally trying to open a door for you. And somebody is different, but I know who my somebody is.
They are so lucky to have you in this role. We're so lucky to have you and you're in our mastermind program. We'll see you at the retreat. If you're listening, the retreat is, November 13 through 15 in Charlotte, North Carolina. So please join us. If you want to meet Lorie Streeter in person, you better be there. Oh, I love it because she is something. But Lorie, how do we find you? I know there's a lot of women that are listening to you that are thinking, I need to reach out to you and get their own demo. How do we find you?
I would love that. And, even if they aren't ready for a demo or they just want to learn more. So Lorie Streeter Maxed Out on Instagram and Lorie Streeter Maxed Out on TikTok. I have an independent email address and I can give it to you for show notes and those types of things. But more than anything, I just want to meet people and talk to them about what they need, not just in their practice, but how they really want to serve their patients. Most people don't realize how much missed opportunity is right there in their practice management software. Yeah. And that's what's so amazing at this point. So I do have demo links that I can share and that kind of thing. But more than anything, I want people just to let me know what they need. And if we can fill it, great. And it's an easy enough ask. So I really appreciate the time. I really appreciate the conversation. And I'm just in awe of what you've built. And I've been watching it since the beginning too. So It's all good. And thank you for giving me a place that I could have my own community as well. It's so important. I advocate highly, whether you're an office manager and you're interested in AADOM, just anyone that wants to be in a community of dental entrepreneur women, DO is the place to be. I love all of it because we are not meant to stand alone. We're creatures of interaction and mirroring to each other. And anytime you can get into a group where they're like-minded and you can learn, we're just constantly bouncing those looks off of each other and it all comes back to success. So I think the community that you've built is really second to none and you should be very proud at this point.
Well, thank you, Lorie. It's all because of women like you that come through the door and stay for dessert. We're happy to have you. I can't wait to see you soon and give you a big hug. And for all of you that are listening today, remember the most important thing you can do is to keep doing you. Thank you, Lorie. Give Roger my love and everybody that you meet on the road. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. And take care.
You too.
Thank you for listening to the Just Do It podcast, hosted by Anne Duffy. To learn more about dental entrepreneur women, to share your story, or to join the movement, please visit our website, do.life. That is DEW.life. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcasting app to make sure you don't miss an episode. And in the meantime, keep doing you.